being able to turn well is perhaps the most important skill in mountain biking. In this particular skill drill, we're going to take a look at making a solid back foot turn and a solid front foot turn. So we'll get started with this. So to create this drill, essentially what I'm going to be doing here is setting up some cones to go around to make my single-sided turns. So essentially here, I'm taking 9 paces between my inside cones. So that's a good distance for a long radius single-sided turn that's going to give you time to really kind of absorb the elements you want to have. Now I'm setting up yellow cones for the actual drill, as you can see here, but then I'm dropping red cones here at the entry to each turn. So I'm going to be doing that on both sides. The idea behind dropping the red cones down at the entry to the turn is that it's going to allow me to remember to have my feet level as I enter the turn. We want to have level feet entering the turn, and then we want to move through our footwork throughout the course of the turn. So I'm setting this up in a way that's giving me this little cue, this reminder. Here I am on the other side, putting down my red cones. So I've got my red cones set up there, pacing it out. And then we'll just get started with the drill here, and we'll take a look through what we're going to do. Remember, there's lots of information about all of this on the website. This is just really how to do the drills. So we'll buzz through here a little bit and get right to starting with our left-hand turn. So. All right, so as I come down here, I'm going to be approaching with level feet, and as I come into the turn, I'm going to be starting to make my footwork. So as I approach the turn, I have level feet, and then I'm going to move down into my footwork and sweep through my footwork throughout the turn. So we'll take another look at this just to kind of get a really good idea of exactly what I'm doing here. So again, I'm entering the turn, as we can see here, with my feet level. So I'm coming in with level feet, and then I'm starting to move slightly into my footwork. As my inside knee starts to open, my elbow starts to lift, but most importantly, my outside foot starts to go down. So my right foot is going to go down in this instance. For me, that's my back foot, since I'm a left foot forward rider. So this is my back foot turn. All riders should have a good front foot and back foot turn. Again, there's a lot on the website about this, so you can study that in more detail when you're ready. So as I come through, again, the elements here are going to be that I'm going to want to start to sweep through that back foot. So let's take a look at that, noticing the back foot sweeping down and back. Okay, so I'm really starting to create this really smooth dynamic use of the outside leg. You can see the outside foot's not down all the way at 6 o'clock here. It's going to end up close to 6 o'clock or maybe at 6 o'clock toward the exit of the turn. So as I get closer to the exit of the turn, that outside foot will continue to lower. Outside elbow is nice and high. I'm looking where I want to go. You can see that outside foot coming down and almost hitting 6 o'clock here as I exit the turn. So now we'll take a look on the other side. So since that was my back foot turn, this is now going to be my front foot turn. This is the case for all riders. We should all have a good front foot and a good back foot turn. Being a left foot forward rider, my right hand turn is my front foot turn. So we'll just take a look a little more closely here at my setup for this. So as I come in again, the idea here being that I'm going to have level feet as I get to my red cone. So my feet are pretty much level here. As I start to tip the bicycle into the turn, that's where I'm going to actually start initiating the footwork. So I start to tip the bicycle into the turn and start initiating my front foot turn. So my left foot's going to be pressuring here since I'm turning right. That should be the case for all of us. If you're a right foot forward rider, this would be a back foot turn. Again, there's a lot of information on the site as to exactly how all that works. The top riders all lead with the same foot forward all the time when they ride. So again, we're going to watch here as I start to dynamically move through this footwork throughout the turn. Again, I really want to spread this footwork out throughout the turn. And one thing you'll notice here is that the outside elbow is raising during the whole time that the outside foot is moving forward and down. Okay, so as I come through, my footwork starts to initiate here, and the outside elbow starts to raise as that happens. So as the outside foot goes down, the outside elbow starts to raise. You can see that I've got a really good position where I'm looking through the turn, and the outside foot is moving forward and down. It's getting pretty close to 6 o'clock here, but we'll see here in just a moment that it's actually not all the way down here. So we really see it moving down there. Okay, so helping me finish the turn. I've saved a little bit of footwork for the end of the turn just to finish the turn. So this is a great thing to do. We highly recommend that riders use this drill and also the one-footed drill during the same workout. So you can make sure you look for that one-footed drill and kind of do them interchangeably, or do them one then the other. So start with your single-sided turns, using the best footwork you possibly can. Go to your one-footed turns, and we'll talk in that drill about how that is really meant to line you up over the bike, and then come back to your two-footed turn with that new sense of alignment and see what a difference that makes. Go out and give us a try. This is the bread and butter of riding a bike well, so be sure you practice.